I hope you have installed your creative confidence and now know that this is the highest level of creative fidelity you need to be a design thinker. In this part, we will talk about the beginner's mindset. Let me start by saying that design thinking is a package of mindsets, principles, practices, and techniques that resemble the way certain designers work and they approach problems. As this package resembles certain elements of entrepreneurial activity, for example, user centeredness, brainstorming, synthesis, prototyping, testing solutions with users, multidisciplinary teamwork, many organizations took notice of this. Many started perceiving design thinking as a way to navigate through the complex problems as it combines all of the critical success factors which are an integral part of the innovation process. According to the Stanford School of Design, there are certain mindsets which are required to be a design thinker. As you're aware that design thinking is a human-centered approach, human-centeredness comes from empathy. When we observe for inspirations, once we have gathered the inspiration, this is a time for us to define the problem with needs and insights. It's very important for us to involve users in the ideation process. Coming back, testing with the actual users will give us the critical insights which is required for fine-tunings. The first and the foremost mindset which is required is to be mindful of the process. Now, when we talk about the process, right from empathy to test, we should be able to identify where are we right now in the process. What are the methods, the tools that we are using in each phase, and how do we apply each one of them to reach the goals? In order to achieve that, needs to be done is to adopt a beginner's mindset. When we are approaching a new design challenge, it's quite easy for us to bring our biases and baggage on the table. But this is the moment to stay open. The beginner's mindset is a Buddhist principle. It means starting fresh, assuming nothing, and living the question. A lack of expertise in a new topic is actually an opportunity to be creative. Anyone can adopt a beginner's mindset. All that's required is openness and receptivity. The second mindset talks about radical collaboration. What it means is bringing together designers and innovators from different backgrounds, varied interests and viewpoints. What we also call as having people who have multiple skill sets and diversified backgrounds. When people from different fields come together, breakthrough insights can come up. Radical collaboration is all about observing in pairs, synthesizing in multidisciplinary teams, inviting outsiders to brainstorm, and again testing with the users. The third mindset is about how can we embrace experimentation. Prototype is not only a simple way to validate our ideas, but it's also a very integral part of the innovation process. Think outside of the box, prototype, iterate. We think and we make and learn from it. The culture of prototyping talks about the iterations that happens between observing and reflecting. Multiple point of views can be formed. Once we have the prototype ready, this is a time for us to express, not the time to sell. When we go and test our prototypes with our users, that's the time we will understand what are the impediments, what is that which works, what are the new ideas, what could be the new questions that they have. If at all we feel that this is a time for us to go back to the drawing board once again, we simply do that. There could be many cycles of iterations. Prototyping also talks about failing fast and failing early in order to succeed sooner. The fourth mindset talks about bias towards action. What it means is a good design is achieved when it's actually made. Many times we spend so much of time in thinking and we create only one thing. What we should do is we should focus more on doing things and making things. Doing can also result in innovation. It's very important to gain valuable perspectives by talking to experts. Experts can often give us a systems level view of the project. They can tell us about the recent innovations, the successes, the failures, and offer their perspectives. We might also want to look at experts for specific technical advice. Remember when I said that if we have to design the cockpit of an aircraft, we better talk to a pilot. Yet another mindset to adopt is to show and not tell. What it means is that we need to understand how can we communicate with visuals. It's very effective than words. This can only be done by creating experiences, using illustrative visuals, and telling good stories. Space saturation in design thinking is a method of bundling ideas, observations, and experiences that we have gained in the first phase of design thinking process. It's a collage of findings from the entire team gathered in one place. We often use post-its and sticky notes to space saturate. The point of view must follow the ABC rule, where A stands for accuracy, B stands for brevity, and C stands for clarity. So, to sum it up, we spoke about having a beginner's mindset. We also spoke about the core philosophy of design thinking is human-centeredness. And we spoke about the different mindsets which are required to be a design thinker. Mindfulness of the process, radical collaboration, embracing experimentation, or in other words, culture or prototyping, bias towards action, and show, not tell. In our next part, we will deep dive with empathy. Until then, see you again.